Hi, today I'm going to show you a super quick system that is going to save you hours of time when filing your paperwork. Hi, I'm professional organizer Katherine Lawrence. I help you live a life with less clutter so you can have space for the things that truly matter. One of the first things I do when I'm helping a client set up a paper filing system is to create a retention schedule. This is simply a list of the documents that they want to keep and for how long they want to keep those documents. Often they decide that 1 year is a good amount of time to hold on to bills and bank statements and credit card statements. Now, ideally, I want my clients to get this information electronically, and I do help them set up e-bills and access to their accounts online. So in a perfect world, these statements are not even coming to the home, they are received electronically. However, many of my clients are just comfortable with getting those paper statements and bills that they've been getting for years and years, or they're like my 85-year-old father who does not own a computer. So if you are a caregiver or a professional organizer working with the senior population, or if you're just someone yourself who's more comfortable with paper filing, this video will show you a simple filing system to keep track of those monthly bills and statements. So what you're going to need are hanging file folders, and they have the little hooks on them here so they can hang. I've got a little file box set up here for demonstration. You can certainly use a file box, or these can go right into your file cabinet. And I also have my label maker handy. I've already labeled my folder. But first I want to point out a mistake that I see a lot of people making, and that is to create an individual folder for every bank account, utility bill, and every monthly statement that they get. They would create a folder that says Verizon and another folder that says, Bank of America or car payment. And so you end up creating all of these different folders, and then every month when you go to do your filing, you have to pick up a piece of paper and put them in all of the different folders. Now what happens with that system, or what makes it complicated, is one, the filing can pile up. And the next thing you know, you have stacks and stacks of unfiled bills and statements. The other thing that happens is you do keep up with the filing, and the next thing you know, you have a folder that has, 3 to 4 inches of paperwork, in that folder, and there's many, many years of papers, maybe 5 or 6. I've seen even 10 years of statements, and the folder gets really kind of big and bloated. And then, of course, you have to go in and toss some of those statements just to be able to use the file again. So it's a complicated system, and you end up doing a lot of extra work. And it's a real chore if you don't keep up with your filing, and the next thing you know, you have stacks and stacks and boxes of all of these bills and statements all over your house. Now, as a professional organizer, I'm certainly happy to come in and help you clear out all these papers. But what I want to show you today is a simpler system and also a self-cleaning file system. So you're not going to have that problem anymore. Okay, so here is how it works. I have 12 folders here, hanging file folders, and they are each labeled with 1 month of the year starting with January. So let's say it is January, and I have a stack of bills and statements that came in for the month of January. I simply put those in my January folder, which means I'm filing all of my bills and statements for the month into one folder, not trying to categorize them in lots of different folders. Now here is the real secret, and what makes this system awesome is that I'm going to keep filing throughout the year, February, March, get to December. Now, next January, before I put any new papers into my January folder, I am going to pull out all of last year's files, and now I can recycle or shred those in a batch. So those are gone, and then I can start over with that folder again for the current year. So I never have more than 12 months of documents in the filing system. So I never have to go in a couple of years and clean out all of the old statements, which, trust me, is very time consuming. When I'm working with my clients, it usually takes me about an hour to 2 hours to clear out every year of paper that they've held on to. And it's not uncommon for me to go into a home and find 20, even 30 years of monthly statements in file cabinets and in boxes and in attics, things that they really only needed to keep for about a year. Now, here are some things you are not going to put into your monthly filing system. You're not going to put any vital records in there. You're not going to put marriage certificates or birth certificates, or anything that is considered a permanent record. You are also not going to put any insurance policies or tax records in here. Those can go into separate files for just that calendar year. What's going to go in here are your recurring monthly bills and statements. But this is a huge category of the papers that I see cluttering my clients' homes. And all of that can be managed with this simple system. So that's it. Now, of course, consider saving a tree and saving yourself a lot of time and effort by getting paperless statements or going online to your merchants and vendors and looking up all your information there. But if you're comfortable with the paper system, this is a great time saver. Let me know in the comments below if you prefer to file your papers in file folders or store them electronically. And I'll be putting together a playlist for more tips on paper filing. So be sure to subscribe to my channel. Of course, give this video a thumbs up if that was helpful. And stay tuned for more tips on minimizing, decluttering, downsizing, and the business of organizing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.